A good great morning to all of those who tuned into the realest thing in the world. Coming out of Guyana. We could never forget Guyana. Because I want, like when the white man sees something, he's going to hire, he's going to take the German engineers. He's going to take the Russian scientists. You understand? When the white man realizes the realest thing in the world, he has said, we take a Guyanese. The Guyanese is the realest thing in the world. You understand? No matter whatever deal they want to cut with me. Mikaki? What happened? I black you up?
Yeah, I usually carry this morning.
Okay, cool. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. You late, man?
No, I ain't late. That's just something.
Okay, son. Take your time, pull in the one, and then take your time pushing the other one. Sometimes when I see my kids and think of where I am and what I've done yesterday, my grandson was here, Miguel, and he said, Grandpa, I get A+. I think too many times we're not afforded the opportunity to reflect on our lives and our achievements, not to relish in it and just be proud, but to really accept purpose in life, you know? Why do we do what we do? What's the drive behind it? And to re-energize us to be consistent, to be, constantly be that way. You know? I see many people, I've seen many mistakes, and I am not without mistakes. I wouldn't even say I'm not without mistake. I would say I is a total mistake. I might be a mistake in its totality. You understand? I is not a man that has made mistakes. I is a total mistake. If you look at me and all my actions and me past and what I become true. You understand? I is a mistake struggling for perfection. Something that really and truly in human terms could never be attained. But the struggle you witnessing, me success, is a mistake struggling for perfection. The perfection day and I the hay. And this hay is better than what anybody else in the world got for offer. Hello, good morning. Right? When I think of myself and what I've been through and what I do, I is not a man who made mistakes. I is a mistake. To been through, to survive, to be here, to act the way that I act, speak the way that I speak, do the things and say the things that I do, the things I do and say the things I say. I got to be a mistake. But accepting who I am and all of my shortcomings and me thriving to be better puts me at an area that I better the most. Because all the Bible tells you about is all the wrongs you can do, the mistakes you can do, and what you should do for be better. So starting from the end, none of these, nothing, all of these mistakes. All of we got we shortcomings. It is what you do to become better, what you strive for, that makes you who you are. That's why when I see my son, when I see my kids, I think, wow. Last night, Michael pulling out the excavator out of a container. Well, I see some people pulling out the excavator out of a container. And I see me son there. So I go in for ASCII. You know. Because I don't make play and wrap up with people thing. Me and I helping, I into business. You understand? When I help somebody, is forget the result. Meaning that if you think, I run it for give you a helping hand and I'll for with the intention you help me. No, I pay you for do something. When you come for me, do something for me, I'll pay you. When I come, I need pain. I'm talking about with work. I'm not talking about in my philanthropic life, right? So I go now, I see he there loaded thing. So I go back, see, what you doing? Because like he directed and so. I said, what you doing here? I see an excavator pulling out the container. Me and buying an excavator recently. Right? So he said that this me work. I said, what do you mean is you work? You buy an excavator? He said, no, I get it work for assemble the excavator. I'm like, wow. Then, this Michael is the big one. He tell me that Paul get the work fee. Paul friend get it. I said, wow. Now, there's so many things to that. Now, brother, I'm 43 years of age. I bring them churn up and they've seen me do many things. I never fit up an excavator. I bought many excavators in recent years. I never fit up an excavator. So when I stand up, then I see me son directing this one, pulling out of it. When I see, you ever see, excavator, them big excavator, been in a container, them man turn them sideways and push them in a container. So when I see that, I say, what really is this? You understand? What I imparted with them is the confidence that you can do anything you put your mind to. What I'm glad to learn, because when I go to the yard, me supposed to there last night, I'm going to show you all pictures last night, them banner walking at the yard. I'm going to show you all some pictures. Right? Me know that what going on in the yard. Me know that me son deep on the ground walking at Providence. Me put them for work, their partner. Paul Carr had a problem, and I gone for get a rope for pull Paul Carr. One the belt boss. Carr over hit stop. I been forget rope. See the yard, big action. See Winston there. Because some of me businesses run. Me a watch man, me business. I put competent people to do jobs. You understand? I tell you about 8 o'clock last night, When I turn up, they had the whole place busy. I said, what's going on here? What else people doing here? The man said, no, them are pouring concrete. And when I turn around, I see a group of people pulling out an excavator or the container. I go and ask Michael, what you doing here? I'm to you, go and spend some time with your family. This is why I was going to tell him. He said, no, Dad, it's me work. I said, what work? He said, we get the work for assemble this excavator and carry to location. Yes, sir. I said, how will you get her? He said, Paul, set it up. Now, there are two things you're getting here. Brothers working together. I asked Paul right away, how much money? Yes, I can't say, what do we go with that? I excited now. Not forget a piece of the action. I say, you sure I'll charge the right amount? Because they're getting work. I want to make sure they're getting the work. You understand? So I said, man, you sure? He said, yeah, Daddy. And I could sense it in him. They ain't interested. He ain't studying. Oh, God, if my brother getting more than me and this and that. This is something I want to impart with y'all. And they always get that because they never saw me and the mother fighting for nothing. The mother used to fight with me, or we used to fight. We used to fight, but we fight for Hello, good morning. Hello?
Morning, man. How are you?
Yeah, buddy, talk to me.
Morning, Critic.
Hi, morning.
What's happening there?
You gotta watch the program, man. Yeah, I gotta watch the program. So I got a lot of followers and supporters as Carl and Gaff and so, right? But sometime they... Y'all don't call back and got black, y'all.
No.
Yeah. So, just now here, this song gets spicy. It gets spicy yet? It's interesting, but it didn't get spicy yet. We gotta go through Jagdio, and we gotta go through some women that come up for discuss the independent women discussion I had the other day. Obviously, they misunderstood what I was talking about. And I played the video. You can't be fair. Well, here now. There's only one reason I'm called the realest thing coming out of Guyana. Because I am as real as it gets. If I could have been afforded the opportunity to do this in front of you naked, I would have done it. You understand? Because me ain't got nothing for hide. If it wasn't the children and the Facebook rules and all them things, this would have been a morning porn show. You hear what I tell you? Because I did coming out here with mic in hand and the tone would have been different. You hear what I telling you? I ain't key. I would have got a hit song named Good Morning. You understand? And I could tell you, the rising sun is as exciting as when I rise in. Yes. So, we're going to go in just now to TikTok Auntie and another young lady I know by the name of Shalice that do 2-bit video and put it up. Well, I can play it. You got to give them the chance to get the word out. Because many times people come on here and because of me 5-second response, I tag them down. And it's not because I want to tag them down. It's because of my 5-second response. By the time I say something, I got to respond. You understand? So, we can play the video. Critic, I guess you will be showing the booted vehicle at the airport. Send it to me right away. What's up? 622-7740. Yeah. So I'm telling you, just a minute, see my son walking there. You don't know how proud I feel, the admiration I feel. And I think too many fathers, too many parents don't have that for the kids. They see the kids as flying away. You understand? No. When you try to hold them back, when you try to protect them, there's the problem. That's why they have become so much failures. Nami, I need space in this nest. Y'all need to get out of here. You understand? You need to get out of here. Now again, it's just that I wanted to share with you guys. Because when I see my son, when I see how my sons just walk, you understand? Everything about my kids. The other one, I can't hear from he. He there in the Gulf of Mexico. He ain't calling daddy. What going on? How you doing? What the hell is this? I hear now. He there on me phone as TBN Productions. Morning, son.
Good morning.
You there walk?
Yeah.
Oh, daddy disturbing you?
No.
I just called for check up on you. Because I can't hear from you, man.
Huh?
What, man? How we live in summer? How we turn summer?
Daddy.
You hearing me?
I'm listening. Yeah.
Son,
Yes.
what happened? I can't hear from you, man.
Me.
You're calling daddy. You're gone up. You understand? You're walking about drill ship. You got out of the country. What happened, buddy? Me not got visa. Me can't get visa for come with you there, buddy. You got to call your daddy and show you what going on.
Alright, I call every night. It's just because they're doing a little course, so by the time I done that, I want to sleep and everything, and just go to the gym and everything.
Daddy just pulling your leg,
Don't worry,
son. I love you, man.
Yeah.
I love
Love
you,
you
bro.
too.
Cool, man. You there? Going to the gym. The man sent a video. He sent a video with he too. Let me show the video. Let me really got no time. Let me show you how the video. He too crane hand. Show me. And the video mark he coming for we. Here. Here, ass, you know. You know me ain't got no cool. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. I just sent you a post where some people are accusing you in Windsor Forest, and I thought you should know about it.
They're accusing me in Windsor Forest? They're accusing me of what?
Some land grabbing. I sent.
Okay, yes, I was given a government contract. This is an old story. I'm actually about to complete the road. I was given a government contract to build a road for them. And the Indians, as you know, are the biggest land grabbers, especially the ones in the Essequibo, in this part of the hemisphere, not only in Guyana. So when you go around the land, they just get little thing. So not to worry. It's already been dealt with.
People slander your character. That's why I was very taken back.
Well, I can tell you, I can tell you, my brother, I have. It's highly unlikely one such as myself, character could be brought into disrepute more than I have brought myself in. So thank you for your
you did a
observation.
good job. I must say thank you very much, but thank you for taking the call too. But I will definitely share the information of who was posting it.
Roger that, brother.
Okay. Thank you. Take care.
People is hold on. Let me get this thing. Here now. Let me show you. He got two hand, two mapstick hand, right? Hello, good morning.
Good morning, man. How are you?
All right, talk to me.
Yeah. You're talking about Damlal.
No, me interested in it. Not this morning.
Not this morning?
Not this morning, no. Let the court deal with that. What's going on here? Oh, it's going on the bottom me. No, here now. He gone. Show this by. He gone. I make he. He gone with the two. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, critics.
Yeah.
I'm calling to tell you that you're such a proud father. You're a father and a mother for your boys. And I read the...
Well, I'm a father. They have their mothers. Never said they ain't got a mother. And the mother is the best mother they could ever get.
Too. You do the mother part too. And I read the Father's Day post they put up for you. It was so touching. Just why it's like I am a proud mother of my son too. Hard work does pay off. Working on the floor, being an operation manager now, hard work does pay off. So congratulations. Keep your boys them going. You're doing a good job.
Right. So now somebody's saying, Critic, come on, man. Most Indian people work for their properties. I am not saying, I didn't say all Indian people are land grabbers. I am saying the Indians are the biggest land grabbers. Anyway, you go with land dispute, so it's Indian people. Hardly you would find black people in land dispute. Like, they would come and then one house, the house fall down and broke down and everybody dead out and the land left there. And mayor and city council sell your land. Indian people always got somebody. Some great grandson appear from some way, nobody didn't know he the barn, and he start fighting for the land. That's what I say. So watch this one here. So he now send this to me. And here where he put at the bottom of the post, coming for y'all. Partner, come. I make he. What you going on here? This little fart. And here the next comic behind you know. See that Vader? You know, start a little. Here the next here. Them is the friends you got. Them is the kind of friends you got. People are there behind you and tell you things to motivate you. I'm glad you find good friends now. And these guys, them banner walking on a drill ship. So obviously the others is not fools with he. They're them out in the Gulf of Mexico. He now telling me, messaging me, coming for y'all. Daddy, I'm coming for y'all. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Critics.
Yes, my brother.
I just want to ask you a question. Why you doesn't make yourself so important, man?
Do you know anybody in my category, in my area that is more important than me? Hello, Dad.
Yeah.
They're setting up the bulldozer there right now. I'll call you when I come in for you. You hold on, man. You don't worry. I got you covered.
Good.
Super.
All right.
Yeah, my brother. Sorry about that. I had to take another call. That's the level of importance that I have.
Yeah.
A lot of people call on a daily basis. That's an excavator operator. That's an excavator operator that I just hired calling me. That is my importance. Not only what I make myself important about, but people call me as a result of my importance. So what is your importance and how?
As a reporter, when you answer people's question, you make yourself so important about it. Like you're doing somebody a favor.
Oh.
You gotta stop your lawlessness, man. You gotta stop your lawlessness when you talk to people.
No, but break down something now. Break it down. That's the problem with me and people in arguments. This is the problem with me and people in arguments. They ain't got no proper position. Now, these two videos I can play, these ladies cussing me out. And I will play them for you. And then I will answer them again. Because they didn't have no mouth. When TikTok auntie gets your first licking, she get it from me. And then she realized how much a woman she was. Other than all the time before she used to lie down but she back and make video. When I discover TikTok auntie lying down but she back make a video. You know she never make back a video but she back. You know she never lie down and make another video. Why do I make myself? You gotta make yourself important. This what you're seeing here with this youth man. A child that has been through hardships. A child that I have faltered sometime with as a father. Now today. For wait there. Watch what you're going on. To see what he has become. Here we say. Dad are walking doing a course. And I was tired in the night when I done. You understand? So, somebody can't even find the mojo. Somebody know where the hole there. Somebody plant a seed, I plant tree. Then not only plant, state supported and nurtured it. Again, I was not the best father. I had my drinking days, I had my infidelity. As a result of my shortcomings, their mother left me. But I still pull it off. One just two of them there setting up some excavator for some man running $1 billion company down there in the Gulf of Mexico. Oh God, buddy. I still try. And from all indications, I might make it, man. I gonna make it, man. Like me gonna make him. So, oh Jesus Christ. Virginia grant you like you're a little too smart. I see you come to one thing I don't tell you. But you're like, we're talking about impotence. We're talking about importance. But I'm saying, I am as important as it gets. Did you see my interview last night with the vice president? Or you missed that? You don't get more important than me. In Guyana, you don't get more important than me. Somebody called me, why am I making myself important? Yeah, that's that. This is my interview. Good afternoon, viewers, and welcome to this exclusive interview with Vice President Dr. Now again, this afternoon we'll be discussing current affairs. As you know, I do these interviews to bring a sort of... Again, you have... Why I make myself important? No! What I do is important. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Critic. How are you doing? Good morning, good morning.
Yes, my brother.
I just want to big you up on your work and everything. I was watching your live here, man, and I can't believe the question that the man called in and asked you just now, man. Why you make yourself so important? Oh, my God.
Well,
That was...
my brother, I don't know. If a man who goes to India to buy cotton and linen shirts, I don't know where it's called up. You understand? I got a video here where I interview the vice president of one of the, what's going to become one of the largest oil producing countries in the world yesterday, exclusively, by the way. And I ain't know what is more important. You understand? So
I think sometimes people don't really understand what life is about or what life is, you know what I'm saying? And these are, for someone to say something like you to you like that, there's a man of no substance, a man of no dignity. There's a man of nothing, man. There's just a man who wake up and hate him.
Well, here was the funny thing, my brother. I would not have existed as the Guyanese critic and have that opinion of me if I wasn't fair and true to my word and who I say I am in being the realest thing. Because when you call, if you're caught, you hear what people tell me. Please call me, tell me you got your goody, your auntie, ma, your this and that. But nonetheless, me ain't got no time. I the right here, partner. And just like how I can tell you why I got tell you, you could call me and tell me what you got tell me. What is going to happen is the world is going to see that they ain't got no substance. And I am saying, if Joe Biden calls and say, Critic, you fooling yourself down in Guyana playing you important, I would understand. But that man who called, from the way he speaks, I realize he has no problem with the Guyanese critic. He has a problem with the fact that he has no importance or even relevance in his life. That is why he 100%. Called.
100%.
We talk, bro. 100%. Thanks for your words of support.
Yeah, big up. I'm going to link you privately about something.
No problem, brother. Anytime. WhatsApp 622-774 is the same number. Yeah. Right? If Joe Biden calls, say you play your little half-skull, mixed up, confused shit down there. I can understand. You understand? Well, Trump can't call. Joe Biden being a little dotard, he could call. Because he really and truly ain't no going there. But Trump, he's a con man. He get charged. He can't talk to me. You understand? When it comes to importance, we're up on two different levels. Right? So, the people who want to call, hello, good morning.
Yeah, Critics, morning.
Morning, brother.
I called you for a while, why?
Talk to me.
The man find it important for what you, to know that you're important.
Yeah. Why I'm making myself important?
Yeah, he find it important for what you, to know that you're making yourself important.
I like the perspective, bro.
Yeah, but cool. Respect.
Roger. No. You gotta give people the right. They only got one place in this country where you get the right. Tan, you can't answer Kaicho News, you can't answer Starbrook News, you can't answer no other body. The only body you could answer and tell like you feel is the Guyanese critic. And if you ain't like me, if you find what I'm saying offensive, you gotta respect that I is the realest thing in the world. No other place you go, People go in and put a comment after or an article for just no. You could come right here and say, Banner, this is Chibness you upon. Hello, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Critic. How are you doing, man?
All right, brother, talk to me.
I just tuned in looking at the show. That fellow calling just not tell him, but you making himself important. Man, he needs to get himself together, yeah?
I hear you, brother. Don't lose sleep over there.
Yeah.
Let me show some importance. Now, put this thing up and put me in a corner. Roger that. So this is an interview with Vice President Jagdeo and myself yesterday. An exclusive interview, by the way. Level of transparency and have an understanding of what is going on with the government, how the people are affected. And when people call in and tag them thing with me, people calling like mad now. Hello, good morning.
Critic, good morning.
Good morning, brother.
Man, you ever thought about going into being a comedian? Because you're very good at it, you know.
Well, I express that here, and what I have done is forged, how to put it in words. What really I've done is put my comedic qualities, my investigative journalism qualities, and everything in one. So I gave a laugh. I gave the story from the unique Guyanese critic realist thing perspective. So it's not to say, I ain't being comedic here. But I could tell you.
In the mornings when I get up, I'll be getting a good joke, man. As I said, let me suggest that to you, but I now understand where you're coming from.
Yeah. But I'm thinking about straight up stand-up comedy from time to time where you just go. But if you look, it's basically me using some satire here and, there and and giving the people a laugh and having, when I done, hey, I had an exercise and a good laugh, I be winding down, you understand? Right? So, I'm glad that I could bring a good laugh to you, my brother. And I know that days I might say things that are going to piss you off. But, thanks for your support.
All right, man. You have a good one.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. Right? So, Jagdeo. And the government, through Dr. Jagdeo, having a forum where they can express their views also. I use something use tack in line. They are watch me. What the important position? Yeah, that's how you plat me one. Yeah, that's that. There's that important position. You plat your foot. Eh? It's like WCW where the big boys play. Eh? Eloquent, somebody says. The word's eloquent. Oh. Let me see. You just gotta go to training programs and so to know how to use your hands and all these kind of things. No, I learned that for me own. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Critic. A blessed day to you. I have a little opinion of myself. For the caller that just called, and for the little laughter that you gave just now about you and you basically said you made mistakes, you had downfalls, you had fall short. But when I laughed at that joke that you gave about yourself and the way you criticize yourself, behind that laughter there is a story to tell. Behind that laughter there is an example to give to the world that with all the fall shorts you made in life, all the downfalls you had, you still could have made an impression on your kids. And they looked at that as a motivation and try not to make those mistakes that you made and elevated themselves. Now, if people want to laugh, that is something you have to laugh about because they use your fall shorts to motivate their lives. And that is what I have to say to the caller that called to condemn you just now. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Thanks for the words of support, ma'am. I just can't help it, you know. When I see the phone ring, I just can't answer.
He has won 66, I think, of the 80 constituencies. Am I correct? Yes. Constituencies. And local government areas. And there has been a lot of rumors because persons from the opposition have continually reached out to the opposition supporters for clarity as to what really transpired, because they're seeing their lead.
By the way, for those of you who are new to Guyanese politics, so that gentleman there, he is known as Dr. Bharat Jagdeo. And he's not just Dr. Bharat Jagdeo. He's Dr. Bharat Jagdeo. He's 5 times a doctor, right? He was once the finance minister of this country. Then he was the longest serving president of this country for 12 years. And he is now the general secretary of the People's Progressive Party. The present administration is powered by the People's Progressive Party. Yes, he has been a long-standing member of that party, now the general secretary of that party, while simultaneously being the vice president of this oil-producing nation now. He is a very astute politician and one of the most ruthless minds when it comes to Guyanese politics and putting down unrest and defectors and the confusers. He has been able to hold the PNC, a party that is known to create unrest in this country. A party has known to disturb the peace of this country many years. A party is known to express a lot of racial actions over the years. Dr. Jagdeo has been able to address those issues and for the most part keep this place at peace. So it is he that I was having an exclusive interview with yesterday evening by chance. If you did not know, I'm hoping this information would be very much enlightening to you. Welcome.
Motorcades and celebrating, and people are confused as to what exactly is the celebration about, because one thing is being said,
If the PNC, put on the thing there, man. If the PNC can come and play important, when they win 14 constituency out of 80, who is me will win 100% of everything that I do? If I win 100 out of 100, and the PNC could come a whole parade for 14 out of 80. Here, screw me importance. Let me get straight into it. If you missed the Bharat Jagdeo interview, go on my page, go to Vice President Jagdeo's page, and get the exclusive interview that I had with him yesterday. Let me go straight into weight loss, then we going into these ladies' issue. Let me go into them ladies' issues right away, man. Let me spice up the place. Again, spice up the place. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Critic. I would just like to let everyone know that this is your platform, and if you choose to make yourself important, this is your platform to do so. So it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Just want to
tell me something, sweetheart, before you go. Are you being sarcastic?
No, I'm not being sarcastic.
Are you suggesting that I'm not important?
No. I am a big fan of your show. So the person that called and said, why do you have to make yourself important? Now, you obviously are important. He's watching. So you are very important. Your views and how you highlight stories are very genuinely taken seriously by a lot of persons. That's my view. At least I do.
Just pulling your legs, sweetheart. See?
All right.
Cool.
But generally, this is just your platform, and whatever views you share, if nobody likes it, they have a choice to just scroll on and keep going on and look at somebody else's program.
Roger
That's
that.
what I want to say.
Thanks for your input and the words of support.
You're welcome.
So let me go straight into TikTok Auntie!
Hey guys, good morning. So this video is for Guyanese Critic on the independent woman.
Bear in mind, when I discovered her, she used to be lying on her back doing videos. And look at how she's now become such a beautiful woman. This Guyanese girl, by the way, she out tell hat. Sometimes she don't know she place. But she representing. You gotta get she. You understand? Sometimes, I don't know. You know, and people say when you attack certain things, but when you're being misogynistic and stuff. But if you just listen to she one time, she ain't no fart what she's talking about. Yes, I think most of the time she's be doing videos in the hangover process. She going through some shit in life, right? But you got, she's responding to me. Savvy, let me do the 2 video and then you're going to call in.
Okay.
Roger. So.
Video that was released. First of all, sir.
Now, here I am now. Women have certain insecurities that are innate. They come with them. There's a part of the package. And when people hear the word insecurities, they're thinking, oh, because here now, she not like me, I also forget this story across. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Yes, my brother.
I sent you a message. You never returned my
As it relates to what?
Related to the cell food, the medication that I can make.
You can make food, you can make medication?
Sell food. I can make medication with fruit to cure any sick in this world. Any sick.
I most likely, if your header states that, most likely that is why I might not have returned your message. I wouldn't take a statement like that seriously.
Right.
I don't feel I'm so lucky to meet the guy who knows to take fruit and make any medication to heal anything in this world.
Well, I am the guy.
It's not you. It's just that I don't feel I am so lucky to ever meet somebody like that. Right? We talked. It's not you. It's me. Me is so lucky. For meet the one man who know to take fruit and heal the world. Because with me little healing process, with me little weight loss, I sketch one body every day and work with them. Yes, I am not saying you can't do what you say you do, uncle. What I'm saying, I don't think I am that lucky. The luckiest man I know is the realest thing in 8 billion people. I didn't realize I was the only one that you find for tell the story out of 8 billion people. You understand? I'm just saying. Back to TikTok Auntie. Now, these girls come with insecurities. By nature, they look for attention. How I come up with that? She know she hair, she know she makeup got problem before. But it's always trying to perfect the look. I like me don't perfect the look. Me never got time with how I look. Because me story is a message. Is what say. You understand? So when you go watch a TikTok Auntie them, so me don't know. Their game is not me game. Me got a whole different game. By the way, viewer discretion advice, them woman doesn't start cost suggested. The other one is a set of cost. Right? And this is not a bashing scene. This is giving them the opportunity to say what the guy said, and I answer it. But I'm also telling you. This is TikTok auntie answering to me my discussion about independent women, which was totally misunderstood by most women. So we got a next discussion about ignorant women. Because unable to comprehend or understand is a whole different story. Right? And I was supposed to say women that touting themselves as independent women. Let me hear what TikTok auntie guys say and watch emotion.
Hey guys, good morning. So this video is for Guyanese Critic on the...
And I get it.
Video that
as you know, for the first time you call my name, how would I respond? Once you call my name a day.
release. First of all, sir, you're not educated enough to even have the discussion of what an independent woman is. Because if you knew what an independent woman is, you would never open up your mouth to speak to that woman in that manner, belittling her, degrading her. You know why? That is the reason we went out there and we became independent. We start working hard. You understand? We start accomplishing our own goals. We start being free thinkers where we don't need anybody to tell us what to do. Men like you are the reason that women have to stand up and be independent, strong. It's sad that you grown in this industry for this long and you don't know how to speak to a woman at this point in your life. It's ridiculous. We as independent women can stand on our own 2 feet. We do not rely on men to make us.
Listen to me. Me know you're standing by your own 2 feet at what? You understand? You look. You want to run through me, man. I tell you, anything you're in front of me, like, don't bring it back.
Here we do not rely on them for anything.
And there's not being insultive or not. You're a good-looking girl. With me, I know if it's serious looking out the makeup.
Women with husband. The whole point of being independent is to prove that we can stand on our.
That is the problem I having. How you could be independent and got a husband? What you already? You don't have to tout it. I am saying women that touting independence is a fight. You telling me the same thing I was arguing, that you had to be independent because of my actions. Is a fight. Independence for y'all is bondage. It's not freedom. You telling me you're fighting to do this thing because of my actions. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, Critic, it's me again. I just listened to something there. Listen, where do TikTok what you call her again? I don't TikTok.
Rhonda Bob.
Where is she located in America, right?
She's in America.
I guess so. This is why she speaks like that. Secondly, the word that you have to tell her is independent dependent. They like to say independent. She's one of the women that is independent dependent because she have a husband.
What kind of disrespect, bro? No, she don't have a man. She don't have a husband.
Oh.
She don't have a. But what she's saying that many of us have husband. But why do you have to tout? I'll come to the next one just now. There's 2 of them this morning. Why do you have to tout yourself as independent? These independent here now. It's a crock of bullshit. A cross-section of women in society, and again I'm breaking it down. A lot of them now they only think they're independent, they're ignorant. Because when I get in the cars, first thing I ask, so what do you think I meaning by independent? I meeting women that hollering that they're independent, driving a car, have no job, and shaking on full man. You understand?
Yeah.
You imagine a side chick claiming she independent? How you independent? You're driving, living in a house, all your bills is shaking on 4 man one time. How does that come independent? They're mixing up dependent and independent.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
You understand?
Yes. Can I say something? Listen.
Yes, brother.
I live in a French society, more in Europe and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a conversation that you don't really hear because women being independent in Europe, it's just that women are willing to share some of the responsibility of being a better version of themselves by contributing more to the husband or the family. So on the other side now, in the American side, women being independent is something that they have to prove to society and prove it to and not knowing that they don't need a man. So for me, if you don't need a man, then
what we talking about?
Come every day trying. Why are you come every day on the website or whatever you on your platform and they're talking all of independence? Why are you trying to mess with other women who live decent life of being independent by being a supportive, independent wife to the husband to build a family, to grow, to achieve more? Because two hands washed together, we will go farther, faster. So these women, they just misunderstand some of the things that you're saying and some of the things that other men.
My brother, then only misunderstanding.
Men don't care how independent you are, how much degree you got, how much bachelor you got. What men cares about is you being a supportive wife and a supportive mother and a woman to he and his kids that he can look up and respect. A man don't care about all your degrees and all where you making money. Real men don't care about that.
My brother, that is why I started this conversation. Because you have women touting themselves as independent and they're misleading a great cross-section of young women coming up.
Exactly.
Right? Who gonna end up lonely? Who gonna end up depressed? Here what I say. And here with a secret like you gonna know, partner. Me can't see me life without one woman. You hear what I'm telling you? And I am in the position where women line up, where I also simultaneously, while women are attracted to me now, again, remember they got some men out there looking and ain't getting. I understand though, right? No, I do everything forget. So you got women would reach out, how you doing there? And would want to hit out something. Plus, I am in a position that financially, where I could go and pick up any Harry, pass some money, do what I got to do and done there. You understand?
Yeah.
Whether it is vice versa, partner, woman got the in me life. I don't know no other purpose. What I get money, what I get power for. For say, oh, I don't need women. I got a dolly, I got a plastic doll. That is perversion. You understand?
Yeah,
and these are a set of angry birds.
Yes, but critic, that is against the rule of God, or that's against being, because a lot of these people, they're Christians, they're Muslim, they're Hindu, but that is against the religion that they believe into, because they're saying that, but the true meaning or the true nature of life is that a man and a woman or whoever choose to be together, whatever, to comfort themselves, whatever, in whatever way, we need companionship. So if you come and say, that means you're a hypocrite as a woman who come in and say that you don't need a man, but in the night you cloak up with 2-3 different men, in the night or in the week you already sleep with 3 different men. So why you coming on social media, as you say, poisoning the younger mind? This is why we don't really have much love in the society from the younger generation.
My brother,
they're not growing to see their mother being loved by a man or a man being loved by a woman, because the woman keep pushing the agenda of independence and she's all single at home, raising a boy child or a girl child, and these kids are not being educated how to love a man or love a woman, and that's the problem that we have in the society today.
We ain't got love, brother. Here, me sons them, big banner, 25-year, I talked to me son last night, a big man, making money, doing your own thing, mind his family, and when I done talk, I said, son, dad loves you. You understand?
Yeah.
They know. And they know when I say that what I mean, because as children, when they were growing up, I would hug them and squeeze them tight and tell them that. When I look at how my son treats his wife and how he treats my grandson, I know in all my mistakes and thriving to be a better man, I would have achieved something. I might not have personally became the best man, but I have produced some of the best men that this country will see. You understand? I have played an integral role in creating that. And I might not be able to come and tout myself as the best man, but I can tell you, I have done exceptionally well at bringing up my sons as men. I don't know what's going to happen to them when their heart becomes broken, brother. But when that time comes, I will tell them not to label all women as the same. You understand? These fudging angry birds come and they're tearing down societies like they tear down children who, when the man left, they beat and brutalize them and do them all kind of things through the anger they've had for that man. You understand? My brother, two of my sons recently went to see their mother in America. Until today, we have not spoken about what the interaction was like. When them boys' mother left me, as of today's date, the worst thing that I've done in talking to my sons about certain things is when they come back, I say, bye, like seeing it in them, right? Seeing it in them, I realize wherever they go and see, ain't tappa like what they're accustomed to. Even when we went to these struggles. Because I've heard, I haven't been to America, but I heard is a struggle. You understand? You gotta wake up. Whatever movements there, them banner here, independents do what they want to do. And I would make a just say, by the basement, thing must just struggle over there. Right? Throw your little shades and so. It's my sons. Never the day I talk down their mother. Never the day. You hear what I'm telling you? I don't make joke like that. Me and my sons, and that is one of the problems I had with the other one, because I never really sat and talked to him and made him aware that it might not, or it was not totally your mother's fault. Yes, she walked out and left us, but it was not totally her fault. I was not the upstanding man she expected of me. I break her heart many times. I hurt her many times. You understand? She had to make a decision. You understand? And when she left, I said, here, if I really care for you, go along, because I can say here more than one time she expressed suicide actions as a result of my shortcomings and the man I was not being. Now, my argument with these independent women, even that woman, right? When you listen to TikTok Auntie, you realize if she had a man, and I talk about independent women and the farce that they're putting out there, but we haven't reached to the discussion because these discussions are not going to end. It's supposed to be in the man cave. Because I have not spoken about what has turned them that way. Someday we will have a discussion where I would have to accept fault for maybe creating the anger in women that have to have them coming out and say independent. Nonetheless, I am saying the independent movement is a farce. Because if you're independent, and when you become that independent woman, if it is as a result of anger driving you as a result of what men have done to you, then it is a falsehood. If it is a result of you growing up in a family that all the women have, you grow up in with the Rothschilds or the Walmart, and you come with a certain amount of money, you're an independent woman. But even women, Beyonce, women with money, they don't go about hollering this and that. They respect their man. So I'm saying life can't go on. Life can't be void of man. You understand?
Exactly.
That is all I'm saying. I one day in one of these conversations, when it reached to the level right now we're dealing with the story come out. And everybody cussing out, and everybody giving their opinion, and we figure out the ignorance, whether I have shortcomings with my understanding, how much of them ignorant, and what is going on. So we put in the thing on the table. We put the cash on the table. I have not said what has caused when, like for instance, I have never held back them boys, but I always supported her. And there were times she accused me of not supporting her enough. Right? Why? She used to do ladies' accessories and these kind of things. Fly to New York and bring ladies' accessories, the earrings and all them things. But here, the designing of the whole place on Regent Street, I did. I'd be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, nailing up the place, nailing up the zinc and all them things. We couldn't hire a carpenter at them time though. I fashioned her whole salon, everything that she did, I made and built for her. But a lot of times she felt I didn't give her enough support. And she did not know why. I always thought great and for big things. And here I think, I sit down and think, how much money we could make? How much billionaires you know that sell panty and brassiere in Guyana? It made no sense to me. So while she was working to keep bread on the table, I was thinking about what would be the next great thing. You understand? I was thinking what would be the next great thing. So it's not that I didn't want to support her. I didn't want to waste my time and energy. You understand? Because it's what we used to do. Yeah. Me never selling panty and brassiere and all them things now. So, yes. My wife at that time told me, Ma, you don't support me enough. You never. It's not that. I knew it could have never become. What I would have been doing today, putting on bras and showing how everybody go buy bra, 750,000 people buy 1,000 bra. When you bust it down between men and women, how much wearing bra? I been in Hard Rock last year, a girl coming, she ain't need no bra. This girl coming with 2 instruments, look like it's stabbing instruments. I just sit down there and I said, I hope the God she ain't see me and think it's a fan and run coming to me because I looking at injury. You understand? Men are logical thinkers. Women think with the feelings. Men want respect. Women want love. So if we don't have this conversation and start this conversation, we can't get it right. Let me listen now, TikTok auntie.
Own. We can think for ourselves. We can set goals and accomplish them. That's the whole point.
Has nothing to do with being an independent woman. Every housewife, every woman, unless their brain has not been formed properly and they're mentally retarded, every woman can do what you're talking about there, TikTok auntie. That is my problem. Is to come out to suggest that you thinking more than the other women, making you independent. I can tell you I can't wrap my head around how a woman walks through a house and cleans the house and put all the clothes and cook the food and everything in a day. Give me something for fetch. Give me something simpler for do. Give me something simple. I would fetch something. I would run with something. I would pull or push a car, heist something, brock something. Not because I think it's too feminine to do. Going around the house cleaning, make sure every corner clean and putting it in structure, mental structure as to what to clean first and how to clean and the time as which to clean. I can't make it, so I respect you for that. But that is your quality. It's an innate quality. There's no special thing for the independent woman. Every woman.
Us are independent and have our husbands still paying all the bills because he wants to. He's a man.
What the Here. Let me listen to the whole thing. Is a minute, 2 minutes? Let me listen to the whole thing.
Hey guys, good morning. So this video is for Guyanese Critic on the independent woman video that was released. First of all, sir, you're not educated enough to even have the discussion of what an independent woman is. Because if you knew what an independent woman is, you would never open up your mouth to speak to that woman in that manner, belittling her, degrading her. You know why? That is the reason we went out there and we became independent. We start working hard. You understand? We start accomplishing our own goals. We start being free thinkers where we don't need anybody to tell us what to do. Men like you are the reason that women have to stand up and be independent, strong. It's sad that you grown in this industry for this long and you don't know how to speak to a woman at this point in your life. It's ridiculous. We as independent women can stand on our own 2 feet. We do not rely on men to make us happy, and we do not rely on them for anything. But it doesn't mean that some of us don't have husbands. Some of us are independent women with husband. The whole point of being independent is to prove that we can stand on our own. We can think for ourselves. We can set goals and accomplish them. That's the whole point. Some of us are independent and have our husband still paying all the bills because he wants to. He's a man. But he also understands and respects that if he doesn't do it, his wife can stand and do it on her own. So I don't know exactly what was your whole conversation about, sir. But there's a lot of independent women who do not allow men like you to speak to them in that manner. You need to grow up. Hey guys, good morning.
So she just broke up the whole independent argument. Because there are a lot of independent women who have men that paying the bills. You show me them who coming out and hollering the independent. Hi, morning, Savi.
Hi, good morning. So everybody with this, their opinion on the topic you spoke about a few days ago, did anyone stop to ask you what you meant? Because I think what you meant is that women always depend on men for something. For myself, I work good money, yeah, but there's so many things I have to depend on my husband for. The car is broken, he has to fix it. Kids have to go somewhere, he does it. So I think they were not understanding what you were saying.
Savi, let me break it down. Let me break it down for you. So, firstly, you're not wrong, but you're not totally correct. I didn't mean that women have to depend on men for things. And we're not supposed to be having that discussion because it is the way of life. Human beings, men and women from the beginning of time, Adam and Eve, however the Bible has it, however the Quran has it, however the Bhagavad Gita has it, women and men have been co-dependent. It is a mutual respect. You understand? So, you don't discuss what is natural. This is natural. If a woman stumbles or a woman is seen by a car wheel, it is natural that a man, and again, we have to define what a man is. It is natural that a man comes up and says, "Can I be of help to you, ma'am?" Because he knows physically it is a bit of a strain for the normal woman. He might have run into a woman who is an athletic trainer or who is a bodybuilder. But nonetheless, if a real man runs into a real woman, changing a car wheel, he advances to help because he knows there's a bit of physical strain even for him. You understand? And in addition to that, as men, we like to show our masculinity to women more than anything else. What is misunderstood, right? Is women, this again, and I have to explain, women who are touting themselves as independent, because the women that TikTok auntie is talking about, who have men supporting them don't come out and holler. They are independent. They drive their own cars and they might be running things in the house. They might be the fast thinker in the house, but they don't come out. I is an independent woman. I don't need no man. It is madness for her to say in her words that they are women who men paying the bills as well and they independent. How so?
Exactly.
How so? They're mixing up
So
independent. They're expressing a level of ignorance.
Rightly, correctly so. I hope this clears up TikTok auntie and everybody.
No, we got one more. This one gets spicy. And I know she's sorry personally. So I'm going to talk to she now. So cock them cheering ears, it get him mad now. Right?
Okay, all right. Take care.
She categorized herself as independent. I don't know how she become independent. This one is 3 minutes. Of course. Hold on.
Okay.
Respect for you, but there's something that
So, again, this is so. You got before y'all come out and cuss your pleasure because you post your video up. If you should send a video to me or tell me, I would not have posted it up. So she's hardworking. She's a mother. Right? This woman you seen here. Me, she alright, we good. Here, we still got mutual respect and understanding. But this is the conversation that has to be had. Because I'm saying she misunderstands. She's ignorant to the facts. She is ignorant to the facts. Because when she's done with all she independence, then I attack the facts of the story. Right? So, cock them cheering ears, we're going straight into this, you know.
totally pissed me off that I got to answer you back, and this is when you talk about independent.
This is a woman that I've known for a number of years. Right? Is a good girl. But you call my name. And I got for answer. Right? She's a mother. She's hard working and all that. So don't group up on she because of what she's saying. But we got to deal with what she's saying. Right? Good.
Let me fucking tell you something, right? If you didn't know, there are women in all industries in the fucking world. There's women that building. There's women that broken. There's women that fucking living it, that doing it. You understand? And let me fucking tell you something. Women just do things, and when women do things, and do things far better than a fucking man because of the state before they do a certain above skull. Now you're offended that, you know, women are coming out and women are saying they're...
And I didn't listen to this video, by the way. We hearing the same thing. I didn't listen to this video. All I do is she got a group, I share it to a group. Right? Me listen to the video. I listen to the first part. And when she said critic, I says me. Just like how I listen to every video TikTok, and I didn't listen to her video. I don't do the whatever impression you get in right to when you hear for the first time is the same impression I get in. And I like that. That drives me.
And that a lot of women had no choice than to be independent because of the failure of...
The same thing. The same thing, explanation for independence is what drives them to be independent. So I'm saying it's not a badge of honor. You're an angry bird. That's all I'm saying. All I say we ain't gotta be fighting because of what the last man do you. You could be do what you doing and looking for a man. We're gonna feel what man's supposed to do. That's all I saying.
And in society, so critic, how could you jump a women's case? I just call myself a fucking independent woman. Because I was failed by a fucking man that was supposed to be a husband.
Angry birds. The independent women or who took themselves as independent, because unless a woman is being abused or brutalized, whether she's a housewife or what, she's independent. If a woman is with a real man, she's supposed to be treated in a manner that she feels independent. Angry birds, I telling y'all, is a set of angry bird. I am saying, y'all can't come and talk and mislead the young generation of women to suggest that all men is dog. Y'all is a set of angry birds. She's saying it herself.
That, you know, women are coming out and women are
say they're independent. A lot of women had no choice than to be independent because of the failure of men in society. So, Critic, how could you jump on women's kids? I just call myself a fucking independent woman. Because I was failed by a fucking man that was supposed to be a husband, be a father, be a breadwinner, I had to come forget yourself. So being independent just don't fucking mean that, oh, you're making money. Well, yeah, let me tell you something. When me fucking house building, I as the fucking contractor, I got workers on that. Me got to go and lay brick by brick because I working for the fucking money. They got enough man can't build nothing either. And let me tell you something, women are even fucking themselves these days far better than men could fuck them. So you try to explain to me now that which independent woman getting old and saying, oh, I'm depressed and I'm lonely. Yeah, because that's what they want to be lonely. And a lot of men respect independent women. A lot of independent women have built man and have burdened down man. So when you come and you talk about you won't see nothing as an independent woman because why? Why? Why is it? All right, yeah, you still need a sperm to get a baby, but you still need a puss for fuck too. You still need a puss for fuck too. So you're saying that there's no way that women could say they're independent because it's still dependent on men? Well, what man dependent on woman for them? What man dependent on woman for? Man could pump all day. A man could break in a fucking hand in a bathroom and get somebody pregnant. Critic, I don't respect you for that statement you've made. You've disrespected a lot of hard-working women, hard-working mothers, and I think a lot of those women envy independent because they want to be independent and because they were forced to fucking be independent by fucking men that couldn't stand up.
I say again and I continue to say, the women that touting themselves as independent women is an angry bird movement. Women got shortcoming, men got shortcoming. Man is starting something like I said, reason set of men without women. We go forget one heartbreak, two heartbreak, and we keep getting beat up by women. But we don't start a movement, a man who can live without women. As saying the independent women movement, who coming out, we independent, is an angry bird movement. Story done. Let me listen.
Be a man in fucking society, be a man to a woman. And there's a lot of broken things, man. Man, Critic, man, no, man. Study back where you say, man. Study back where you say. I don't think that you're right. I don't think that you're right at all. Critic, hear what happened, right?
Oh, shit.
I got respect for you, but there's something that you...
Let me tell you something. But this woman and how she missed the whole point. No. She is, I tell you, as somebody I know. And I can't say, with all them vocabulary though, respect is not the word for use, but by definition of who she is and so, me she good. Right? So, she had a husband. And she and her husband left. She says so. She's now in a relationship with one of my school friends. Babe, if you so independent and find no importance, what you do it, man? If you're so hot, and what I say? Me say she looking for man, because I know I trouble she in the band, I trouble the band. I said, you finally find a woman who will love you and take you. Because when I saw her with him, I see she's a man in Linden. She knew man. When I saw them in Linden, I trouble he. Because I know he has a little stupid by since school days. You understand? That's why I say, well, you good guy. Not for saying that, man. Right? It's just that we never saw eye to eye. And I say, I told him, and he could tell her, or I think I told him in front of her, you finally find a good woman. Because I knew from knowing her, she always had a drive, selling swimming pool, doing this, they into real estate, that kind of thing. Now she got a kitchen. Right? And she's done got WhatsApp messages in about the kitchen and where's the menu since 4 o'clock in the morning. So I know she got what it takes to stand on her own 2 feet. What I'm saying, in you angry bird moment, you child father falter, and you ain't realize the turmoil and pain you therein. Because right now she got a man who she love and taking care of. Well, I don't know what's the relationship. If she taking care of he, obviously he ain't taking care of she, because she been comfortable. She comfortable. What I'm saying, you don't have to come and tout yourself as an independent woman. The independent woman movement is an angry bird movement. It's a set of angry birds. And it is coming out in your expression. You say it. I had a husband who I expect anything. But you didn't tire for men. 2, 3 years now, she and her husband left. You didn't tire for men. You done got another man. Serious relationship. And I think she is serious, knowing her and how she's carried herself. I think she's serious about the man, what she got. She ain't no player. You understand? She go through turmoil and tribulation with your husband first. I know, but because you see it on Facebook, she's saying this and the shade she throwing and the mood she in. I am not saying that is not we cause you to be the way you are. I am saying the stance that you have taken makes you an angry bird. And the independent women movement is a farce. Because it is demeaning to women. Hello, good morning.
Don't put that fool on category, you know.
Roger that. They're coming out more. This is the conversation we have. And here, the man cave got light up. And by the way, send your number to me, 622-7740. If you think you're an outspoken woman, you could come in the man cave, sit down, and represent. Roger. Next thing, don't you think the same amount of hardships that men have been bringing to women, women bring to men? You see, we start a movement, shying away from women. After being broken down and torn down by a woman, if a woman come and love we and show we affection, we just take them with open arms. We as the men would have take prostitutes, men that take, yes brother, hold for me. Men that take prostitutes and look past that she been taking 10 man a day and still love she. Once she decide for change her life and commit to we. Men that go on to take and build with women after being torn down, cheated upon and everything else by 4 or 5 women. It's we that get suicidal. And when another woman come, we love and we don't think it's we don't start reasoning a woman like we really need you, you know. But if you want to give me something, it's done. You understand? Yeah, brother.
Yeah, in response to this irrelevant fool.
No. Here. First thing, I tell you, and I didn't want the attacks, and she can get attacks because of how she cussing and so. She's somebody I would consider to be known. She's a friend of mine. So we having a conversation. She opened up, she said to this guy, she go public with it. If she call me and tell me, I would have tell you what I meant. And she is one of the examples. That's why I'm using she. She had a man who hurt her feelings. She said so. And she in rest. She got a man right now. You understand? And I think that relationship is working out well for her. But I am saying she's driven by anger of her past experiences and jumping into independence. You free as a bird, baby. Imagine you so free that you could have gone on to pick up with another man with all your angers. A man come willing to take you in. You understand? After having children. We are very open. Men are very open. We ain't starting no movement. We ain't angry tigers. You understand?
What left me perplexed about this young lady is when she referred to you, or when she mentioned that you don't possess the intellect. This is how I get it.
Yeah. Does TikTok auntie or Shaliza?
TikTok auntie attack.
Oh, TikTok auntie. Yeah. Even the share wouldn't beat up on because here, honestly, I watching she and she's a bad looking, right? On a serious note, remember it's a banner, right? She's a bad looking. And I tell you, when she meet up, we ain't talking over no drinks. Because if she tell me, let me make up, and you understand, she would do something for makeup, and she body all right, I tell you it's duh.
I understand, but Mr. Critic, this is the same young lady that were codedly denigrating Guyana. You understand? And was very much proud to say that she's clean the white man ass for 4,000 US a month. I want she to know I never clean a white man ass. If you understand what I mean. Because if you're proud, right, to say that you clean a white man ass for 4,000 US a month, Mr. Critics, I gonna remain in my country and work for 1,000 US a month.
No, but hey, what happened now? I don't want to take away from the fact that we have to have this conversation. These women who are, they haven't reached the stage of influencers, but they are influencing people on social media. Right?
That are vulnerable.
They're not impactful as that much. That is why we have to have this conversation. And I'm hoping Shaliza is one of the people we could have on the podcast, because she comes from a business background and all them things. TikTok aunt, even if she come to the country, I might entertain her, right? Because we have to have, well, it's not might, I have to, because we have to have the conversations with these people who bringing up these conversations. But I'm saying, like Shaliza, you had a problem with a man, but you know the importance and need it, and I'm saying you don't have to tout yourself as an independent woman. It is evident. She's been taking care of her children. As she says, she built her house, and I believe she's that kind of girl. You understand? She runs a kitchen now. She got a kitchen. I gotta go and check, see what's going on over there. Right? But nonetheless, you're an angry bird, and you're sending the wrong message to women. And it's not the conversation didn't start with her. She getting the conversation because she answering me. It's not to say she said I wasn't answering her. I was looking at this trend that is going on, that women are running around, right? Considering themselves angry, independent, and touting themselves as so. You know how many women are independent? All them women liars. You understand?
Exactly.
All them women liars. They got all them women professional and this and that. But they want to relax. They want to unwind. You understand?
I want to interject something before I come off the phone. I mean, it's not related to the topic of the day, the morning. But I saw a thing on the social media, whether if it's true or lie, where we're talking about, I'm just the minister, the fiasco with the minister, right? I mean,
show this thing by the time, man. Yeah, listen to you.
Yeah, let the law take its course and whatever. But if it's true, Mr. Ganesh on the social media medium, denigrating and making all these erroneous statements. But how we talking about the country hard and you want to give a man 150 for a big dick, man? What going on there?
By me in no.
This man saying.
No, but yesterday I had a discussion. Yesterday I had an interview with the vice president where he addressed it to some extent that whatever happens in people's bedroom is their business. I think it is untimely that all these bedroom stories coming out after a serious issue and allegation has been made against a minister. So I would prefer not to have those discussions because, yes, I find it.
But at the same time, I see it as a double standard with Uncle Ganesh or Auntie Ganesh, if you want to put it away. Because he thought him a greens expensive on the market and he want to give a man a bonus for big balances.
I want go there. I know Ganesh and I want go there. No, why? You see,
I understand.
there needs to be a seriousness, right? Like, I have not seen the Angry Bird independent woman movement come up with a real thing as to address the women who are lacking and have found to have shortcomings in our society. I've not seen them, come up with a positive way of addressing this, but they come out. But you know why? Because they are what I say they are. I am really wrong. They're angry birds. And we're going to have this discussion, and we're going to find, again, we ain't got a discussion as yet. Yeah, put on. We ain't got a discussion as yet as to what caused them to be angry birds, right? We ain't got a discussion yet what caused them to be angry birds. So,
I know.
we talk, bro, we talk. We got a discussion. We got a discussion. Yes. Right till we have the bat, I could tell you, we'd have to accept that we might have been the problem in women's lives. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Critic. How are you, my brother?
All right, cool. Talk to me.
I'm looking at your program and listen to the young lady there. As a religious leader and a welfare person, it is everybody's right, as men and women versa to be independent. And I can assure you, not every woman would have been the same, or every man will be the same. We have persons who have qualities, and we have persons who don't have qualities. And we have persons who will make it like an old common saying, and a rotten herring will spoil the whole barrel. Now, if she's alluding that she's an independent woman, and women should be independent, my view, if she's sending a message clearly across this country or across the world, her tolerance, her behavior is not accepted. Why? You have younger women who are listening to your program, who's watching your program. And when you talk about independence, it's not just being independent to be somebody of your own to accomplish what you want. Independence comes about with quality and dignity and behavior and well manners. And those are the qualities will make a man or a woman independent. Because if you're independent and you have business background and you have wealth and your behavior is such, that will rip you down and drop you down and target you down the road. So I want to say to you finally, my brother, you're doing a great job. I always look at your program, but for the last period I was busy with the election, so I didn't get to look at your program. Now I come back looking at you. But what I want to finally say also, being a welfare and a social protector sitting down and dealing with cases, and I don't mean to be offensive and attacking anybody here, it's very sad, Critic, that men will come to me, related in their problem to me, men who I know, trying to provide bread on the table, trying as much to give that comfort, but some women are just determined to let wrong things display and happen, and just make the home fall apart. So, to be independent, and when you went through a path in life, you need to sit down and examine. I'm not saying men are right. We all are men, and we know how some men is.
We have made many mistakes. Many men have made many mistakes.
Right, and we will never run away from those mistakes, but we must learn from our mistakes. But her behavior and her tolerance is very bad how she portrayed it there. Because you have younger women, and that is how you're telling them to be independent with indecent language and bad behavior and arrogant way. Now I know your program is not for this, which I want to say. Now we see what it's saying about the honorable minister. Let the law take its course. All of them that jump in on the Volkswagen and calling the minister rapist and calling the minister all sort of names. I want to ask any one of them any one of them, if they or their family have never committed acts, I'm not saying the minister did not or he did, but let the law take its course, and we know this is all about politics. We know
I think here we gotta stop there. I don't want to get into the
good critics.
Yeah.
So far,
No way, shape, or form I want to have a discussion on what I think of a this is a very sensitive matter. I don't have daughters. I got 3 sons. Well, my sons could tell you how I expect them to treat women. They could tell you how I treat women. You understand? So I ain't in no way, shape, or form facility. Look at this. This is the buys them last night. This is last night on the work site. This is what I went and saw last night at the work site. Just sharing with you guys, Tepui group. Yeah. So I think we've had. Let me take a few more callers. Hello, good morning.
hey, good morning, partner. How are you this morning?
Talk to me.
Okay. It's nice you have a program there that is educational for man, educational for humanity, man and woman. But I wouldn't touch on that because if I go on that, we'll have to get a whole day for her. I have a problem, my brother. Like, for instance, last I went up the highway. I was coming down back late. These big trucks, they got some flashing light at the back. But when they see the light flashing in your face, it tends to blind you after a period of time.
Yeah.
I don't know if the relevant authority can look into the thing.
Well, everybody hearing it right now.
Behind the truck. Right?
Raja.
Now, the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, on the road coming down from the highway, like the East Bank Road, that's from the junction coming down. There's a lot of potholes on the road.
They got a new road coming up. The 4-lane highway coming up there. Only are they here to talk about it. So,
But see, they got patch it up, man.
Roger that, brother.
Good.
Gotta do something in the meantime. I just getting a call from overseas. So, Guy, we even talk about health yet. No, we gotta talk about health. Let me talk about health quick. Hi. Critic returning on the sky.
Yeah, Critic. I
Yeah.
got a call from Margaret. Yeah, brother, how you doing?
Talk to me.
I just trying to get you on live body woman complaining that she independence and stuff.
I'm live right now, yes.
Yeah, but she what she talking, she want no man and then so
No. She never said she don't want no man.
Oh.
But she misunderstood. Is a misinterpretation of what I was saying. They might not only not be independent, or they touting themselves as independent, but they got a little ignorance in them too. Ignorant to what I was saying or trying to explain. So, not ignorance in totality. Safe. That can cause another confusion. So, tomorrow they come with more video about ignorance. Like they know where ignorance is. I gotta go to the dictionary one. I want them to get a definition for something. So, let me tell you, we're going on quick. We're there right now with my health. So, yesterday I was 209. This morning when I wake up I was 215.4, and now I'm 214.8. And how did I get there? Remember, I came off 11 o'clock yesterday. I came off of my, you guys see the video on the reel. I came off of, if you had noticed yesterday, I wasn't so full. I was drawn up yesterday morning. I sink in my head and so, because I went for 72 hours without water. So yesterday I broke my fast. I broke my dry fast by drinking. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. This is a Pandit Balaram speaking. I'd like to. Hello.
Yes.
I'd like to add something to what you're talking about independence.
Okay, sir.
I'd like you to highlight that the angry boy that you're talking about comes with ego and pride.
Bah, Rasby, you fire me up because I missed the ego and pride, yes. And when women are egotistic, whoa,
Yeah.
ego and pride, yes.
And that is what takes them away from being a woman. They want to be the person above their husband.
Ego and pride. But I don't think the what happens is the hate, the angry bird movement, and it has to be seen for what it is, because it doesn't, when you look at it, it doesn't serve well. It's like me promoting homosexuality and thinking about the future. Right? How baby coming out of BT? You know? Like me promoting independent women who, I need a man. And then do you know that in the Americas, in America especially, research shows, the statistics shows that there are more single mother jailbirds. Single mothers bring up more jailbirds than anybody else. If you have a home that has a mother and father, you get a good product for the most part. In most cases, if you have a home that has a father alone, you get a good product. Most of the people who are in jail grow up with a mother alone. Man and woman. So the angry bird movement has to be addressed. This independent woman, because I'm saying, when I go and I'm talking to a man and he and his wife, they're at dinner at Hard Rock, and he said, hey, Critic, is your fan? And then he introduced me to your wife. I don't see her as a woman in captivity. You understand? I think for the most part, she's an independent woman. It is not always the case like that. Some men are very controlling. But outside of our personal shortcomings as men, when the men, you imagine you going to walk in a girl and dress up, you girl give she money for buy clothes for Adam and watch she body. What makes she less independent and think she independent to the extent that your man is a jackass? You understand?
And it's a mindset. It's an acceptance thing also. They don't want to accept the marriage. They don't want to accept the husband working and taking care of them. It's a
No. Hear what I'm telling you, brother. These women, and it has to be, that's why we have to have the discussion, it has to be thoroughly researched. There's a cross-section in society. We're not talking about all women, and those were people misunderstood.
No.
Any woman that come in and tout herself as an independent woman falls most of the times, and even in that, if you got 100 of them, is only about 6 of them falling as the angry birds. You heard Shaliza said, I had a man and he didn't provide for me. Angry birds. But here now, she ain't give up on men. I am saying, I respect it. That's why I'm talking about it. I see you. I just ain't accepting what you're saying. Because we as men, after 1 woman left we, 2 women left we, 3 women left we, most men who've gone into depression and all them things now, you know what's one of the easiest way to get them out of there? A woman who comes and pick them up with open arms, change their lives. Right. We have a purposeful life. Every woman who get punch her own 2 foot, the first thing she try for is to have a life without a man. Every man who get anything right away gets it as a result of looking for women, or when he gets it, looking for a woman. Are it possible more than one? You understand what I'm telling you?
Correct.
This angry bird movement is a delusional cross-section of angry women who are not serving up. Why I'm saying, if you're angry by yourself and you're an independent woman by yourself, you mind yourself, we're telling me for. Me want to hear the story. I'm glad for you, baby. Driving a tinted car, go to work, mind your children, do what you gotta do. Me problem is you coming out here and touting it as the new thing for women. And having young girls, potentially good wives, and everybody else confused. That is me problem.
Yeah, making it seem like it's okay.
It's not okay to be an angry bird. Right. We talk, brother.
Yeah.
So, I'm telling y'all, my pongage now is 214, and how I get there from 209. So yesterday, I started my fast with a bottle of this water, beer water. I take a pinch of salt, pink Himalayan salt, put it on my tongue, and sodium helps take the water straight to your cells. I remember me body dry out. It's 3 days no water. I sweat it out, I pee it out and everything else. So me body start absorb. So let me go through the day what I had. I had bottle of water and a bottle of water with a chunk of salt inside. A saline solution. Just 2 bottles of water. There's 1,000 ml. Then I had 2 more bottles of water outside. There's 2,000 ml of water. Then I had about 1,000 ml of lemon juice. There's lemon juice squeezed with water. And then I had a few more bottles of water during the course of the day. And then I had 2 bottles of diamond mineral with lime last night. 2 teas. So those are the liquids. I put in a lot of liquid. And I can tell you, normally, on a normal day, I go to the washroom every 2 hours, every hour. Me go to the washroom 3 times since I put all the water. So you know what happened? The water just absorb into my body. So I gone up by about 5 pounds there. The water just absorb into my body. So we know genuine muscle and fat is about 209. So I'm going to be on this liquid fast now for a couple more days to come. And after that, I'm moving into my pear and cheeses and nuts, right? So we covering off under. And I hope the Angry Bird conversation, we can keep it on. Because for when I'm done here, I'm going to call Chalizo and invite you to come on the podcast. But it is obvious. It's not to say they're wrong. It's not to say TikTok Auntie and Chalizo are wrong. It is the fact that they are Angry Birds. This is a matter of fact. But they misunderstood what I was talking about. And it's they jump on the bandwagon. What my concern is, if you got some pain and anguish in your heart and you're independent, why do we need to know? You're independent. You got your own money, you got your own car, you build your own house. You don't need nobody. There's a story for keep to yourself. Why are you giving me tricks of the trade? Right? So thank you guys once again for tuning in. And today I gave me nearly for 2 hours. I want to thank you for your support. And remember, you could always expect me to be the realest thing coming out again. Go and watch Barra Jagyo video yesterday. There was a discussion about the minister in there. Go and look at the video again. There was a discussion about a number of issues, but the minister also was involved, and what the vice president is disputing as lies by the opposition. And today, tune in on the vice president's page, tune in on the Guyanese Critic page, TBN, and you can tune in on YouTube for the vice president's press conference.